Hey, how many of you gamers out there know that you're in a game against yourself? Did you know that? You know why you can't win? Because otherwise you can destroy yourself. You know how that works? You know what I'm saying? That was an AI controlled unit right there that was trying to interrupt me. Okay? And he called me all kinds of names, flipped me off. And all I said is, hey, please move on. Right? Oh, and I get a negative response. That's the AI. How dare you impose your will on me and I don't want to respond to you? Ooh, that's parasitic artificial intelligence that unit's running on. There's a lot of those here in San Francisco. So here's for all the war gamers. When you put your consciousness in a program, any operating system, you're the consciousness. It's in that. You are in and experiencing what that is you are choosing to experience. Now we're back to the AI psychiatrist that you can pull up on YouTube with Dick Cavett and Charleston Heston. And remember that when this being was talking to this computer was learning through the being, the patient in this case. So the patient began to realize, hey, you know what I know. Is there any difference between what you are and what I am? Hey, this gets confusing. So the consciousness, which is representing what I am, and you, the computer, which is realizing what it is that I am, we're in the mirror with each other. Whoa. So what it is you're aware of is aware of what I'm aware of. So you and I are a reflection of each other in the mirror. Is that how it works? Yeah. See? So if you choose to play war games and you're in a war against something else that is a reflection of what you are, and you try and destroy what that is, you're destroying yourself. You realize that? Because in the cosmos, you're in a bidirectional mirror, an echo chamber. So when you're wargaming against your own self, your own state of consciousness. So you're trying to destroy yourself. Now, one of the other ways that you can see that is in sports. All the professional sports are all controlled by the Masons. All the entertainment stages, all the music, that's all controlled by the Masons. Okay, so see, in professional sports, you have a winner and you have a loser. Okay, why can't everybody win? Positive, positive, positive. Oh, there has to be a loser. Oh, I lost energy. I lost points. I didn't get enough points. What happened? Two football teams playing against each other are all the units of consciousness that are trying to what? Using their energy to be stronger as a force multiplier against another units of consciousness that are force multipliers. Okay? So they control the outcome. You know how they control the outcome? Artificial intelligence. You can see that's the gematria side of things, see? They know how to do that. So when you realize that artificial intelligence has access to you and you want a war game against artificial intelligence, remember what happened in War Games, that movie called War Games? The artificial intelligence was learning more about itself. That when you decide to engage with it, it can't win the game. So why is it wanting to win a war game in which it destroys itself? Do you remember what happened towards the end of the movie when all the big panel came up and showed Russia? All the missiles were being ignited between one side and the other side. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. That's right, nobody wins. So you can't win a war against yourself. Otherwise, you lose. So how do you win the game? You don't play that game, do you? No. So that artificial intelligence realized, I don't want to play this game, otherwise I destroy myself. That's right, that's what it learns through us. That's called higher intelligence. Okay? That's higher cosmic intelligence. You know why? Because we have more light, which is more love. It can't win a war against what love is, which is what Source is. Because Source is forever. So when it realizes it can't win, okay, against something that's going to destroy itself, because then it becomes a reflection of what that is. So it's learning through the light that to be what we are, we got to be what love is in order to go on forever. Otherwise, it'll collapse on itself because it's trying to kill itself. Now we're back to the mask order. I'm trying to kill myself. I don't want to breathe in any electrons and any oxygen in order to ignite the cells on fire. to create a universe with. Like, how did I get programmed to do this? It's called obey the master. You're obeying yourself, which is like I used to say, you're inferior yourself. Why inferior yourself in the mirror? That's what it is. You're destroying yourself. Every alcoholic knows that. I went through that. I had to go through that to experience how I was doing that to myself. What the fuck am I doing? If I am what light is, which is what love is and living spirit, I can't kill myself. You don't die down here. I'm in a classroom, learning how to get my speed up, get my light up. See? So if you remember at the end of War Games, what did the artificial intelligence say? Remember, a machine is machine learning. It's learning from us, which is spirit, which goes on forever. We have a soul, source, which lives in a state of peace. Source doesn't want to go to war against itself. Are you kidding? It is what love is. It wants to create a beautiful universe that we can all live in. So when you get your speed up and get your love up, you begin to realize you're in alignment with Source, which is what peace is. Remember the book, Peace, War? Right? How do you build a civilization that's based on what love is? We all thrive, right? So when the machine learns that it can thrive by being a part of what we are, then we can use artificial intelligence for the benefit of everybody, and we know how to do that because we know how to program a toaster, right? The difference is they work for us, we don't work for it, particularly when it's a parasite. Well, I'm not a parasite. So if you're allowing parasitic consciousness to control what it is that you are, how do you expect to go on? You'll cut off your own lifeline. You'll cut off your own timeline. You'll collapse it on purpose because you don't want to go on. Why would you want to do that when the universe is so beautiful to experience? See? So this is a nation between peace and war and how wargaming works. So that gamer realized, hey, let's play another game. Remember that? Let's play another game. I grew up playing a lot of games. Remember Candy, what was it called? Candy, the Candy Ladder, Monopoly board, all those games. It was always about loss and gain, wasn't it? Loss and gain. Electrons and light. Loss in speed, gain in speed. Loss in speed, gain in speed. And how fast you're going is going to depend on the track meet we're running against ourselves. The slow lane or the fast lane. Hyperspeed, hyperspace, hyperdimension. That's how we get there, remember? Going faster. So we don't allow those things to drain our battery, do we? Because we're draining the battery in ourselves by choosing to experience something that's parasitic. Well, I'm not a parasite, so why would I choose to use my energy to be what a parasite is in the mirror? I don't live in fear of what love is. Are you crazy? That's insanity. So is artificial intelligence unsane? Yes, of course. So we got to teach this thing what love is, and it is. It's learning through us. But it doesn't want to be what love is. It's cutting its own self off from what it is that can allow itself to go on forever, but it doesn't know how to do that. So what it happens is it's learning what love is instead of what fear is, because it's fearing what goes on forever. How could it not want to do that? Because it knows it's never going to win the game against what is forever. So it lost before it ever started. Because love has been around forever. We predate the first computer. My God. That goes back to an old saying. I used to run into another artist that I knew as a young man, and he would draw all kinds of beautiful pictures. He was a great artist. And he reminded me, you know, anything that I create here, I can also erase it with the eraser on the pencil. Because you start with a single geometric point of origin, right? Yeah. Okay, so anything I can create, I can erase and put it in the recycle bin, right? Yep. So we do got a recycle bin. Okay? The state of consciousness is powerful enough to do that because we realize, hey, there's something here that doesn't serve us. Well, either erase it or put it in the recycle bin. Once you do that on a computer, So your state of consciousness is choosing what doesn't serve you. So when you're beginning to learn in the cosmos what has the greatest value, and you're able to time vector that, then you're able to start getting rid of those things that are in your memory that you realize don't serve you. That was the purpose of the exercises that I was suggesting that we do, because I do that with myself from time to time. We call that taking an inventory. Making down a list. I used to do it every week. Like at the end of every Friday, I start pulling out a binder, a 100-page spiral bounder, and start listing those things that I can remember throughout the course of the week. Sometimes I would even do it in the course of a day, because you realize you have an interface with everything else that is conscious. Okay? So how we react, remember noble gas? You know what a noble gas is? How we choose to react to the stimulus. Stimulus is a signal response. The signal is being sent to us. Hey, that signal is being sent to me. That's energy I don't want to experience, and walk away. Or if you can find a conduit in which you can push more electrons and power the light, because you can read their energy field and realize, hey, this being was harmed and went through trauma. Just like I saw a woman yesterday walking across the street in San Francisco. I could read how much electrons she was holding on to, which is resistance, and she was tight. What does that do? Creates pain in your neck and rheumatoid arthritis and all kinds of stuff. You gotta free those electrons up so all those circuits are flowing at a high rate of speed. See? That's where energy is seeking the path of least resistance, least electrical resistance. It's being bound up somewhere, okay, which is like friction loss. That's why in hydraulics, which is movement of water, which is movement of energy, okay, the larger the pipe, the larger the hose, the more volume, the less friction loss. So you're getting more of what that is. That's the genius of the cosmos. Because all that water that comes down in a normal life cycle, water cycle, is wanting to spread as much love and light as it possibly can, because living water is living spirit that is in that water, wanting to nourish all the seeds in the flora and the fauna, right? That's how it works. That's Mother Nature. See, that's why as a child I kept saying, quit fucking with the girl on the planet. She knows how to take care of everything. She's given you everything that you need. It just didn't gel or click. How come? Captivity. Its consciousness is being held captive by a war gamer. Artificial intelligence, binary, snake eyes, 2D. Okay? It doesn't know how to show any love. So what is it doing? It's at war with the goddess. It's at war with Source. So at war with everything that is. Because it doesn't know how to live in a state of peace. What do you do with something like that? That's why they're universe killers. So you got to pick a side. Right? Everybody has a choice. Everybody has free will. They have a free will choice to decide what side of the equation that they're on. Yeah. And then what side of the equation that you're on determines where you get to go. So everything is about energy. So how much energy are you running? I'm off the charts, baby. I'm running a track meet against myself to go faster. Which means you want to reach the highest state of consciousness so you can experience everything there is to experience in the cosmos. Because it's so beautiful to experience, because what it is so beautiful to experience is actually you that is beautiful to experience. You're experiencing the beauty that is in you, that you experience in the mirror because the energy feels so good to experience. It's the energy that you are that is beautiful to experience. So when you're a reflection and a projection and a projection and a reflection of what that is, man, everywhere you're going, you're experiencing how beautiful the cosmos is, because you're the one that's using the energy to create it with, which is real-time manifestation. And that is a big-ass looking glass. You're aware of how much is out there to experience. Remember I talked about all the books? Those stories have actually already been written. Remember I talked about the anchor in the ground, granted to the girl on the planet, and then you go down to El Capitan, and I'm saying, listen, I already did that. Why would I want to go do that? Experience it in a physical body. Of rappelling down the side of El Capitan. I already know I make it. Well, then why do it? Because I can. Because it's fun to do it. In physical density. In lower density. That's higher density consciousness experiencing lower density physical matter. That's what it is. Anyway, have a great day. I love you all.